Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there onto Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It'll be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Technically, I don't know what, I know what, first and foremost, fuck Thanksgiving, fuck America. Alright, let's get that out, get that out the way. Fucking holiday on. I like this 2022. You niggas still can't stand one another. Y'all could cook any time of the year. Y'all could get together and so forth, but you want to celebrate a fucking Thanksgiving. But that's another thing I was contemplating, thinking about it today. Is simultaneously we have something to celebrate. The only people that's gonna really celebrate it is us, those of us in the know, because we still in the feast of Hanukkah. And matter of fact, let me just get that real quick, get this out the way. Sirach 33, and actually I should start at 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation but in temptation even again he will deliver him. A wise man hateth not the law, but he that is a hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusteth in the law. A law is faithful unto him as an oracle. Prepare what ye say, and so thou shall be heard, and bind up destruction, then make answer. The heart of a fool is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle, meaning is always changing, is always turning. All right. It says a horse is as a mocking friend. He knave under everyone that sitteth upon him. What doeth one day exalt another, when as all the light of every day in a year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he have altered seasons and feasts. So normally we have, we got this godforsaken holiday, or a holiday. All right, and we just gotta deal with the vibration of what these people are. This everything has a vibration to it. And usually the vibration is overwhelming one party or another. All right. But this time around, the Lord has put these holidays with our holidays around the same time. So it's combative, if you understand. Scripture speaks of wickedness in the high level. It's roughly paraphrasing it. I'll get it but matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. I just want to talk about it. Ephesians 6 and 12. That was 11. No, 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which are demons. All right. Against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So the vibration that's being put out there is a wicked vibration, feasting. When everything that has to do with feasting, people tend to forget their problems, or to becoming more in a jovial spirit because they eating. Common sense feasting, right? And no matter what the cause of the feast, people are going to feast. And if you really think about it, Esau did shit in a masterful way, where he allowed, let's say if he didn't want to do this today, you'll have a day off. Everybody will have a day off. And your job, most likely you can't work at your job because the job site itself will be off. So it will leave you with a whole day off. And then let's say it's like, fuck it, you kind of protest this. And you say you tend to go to somewhere. Most of the restaurants or stores are closed. The liquor stores are closed and so forth. So he put everything in a way where you have to submit. All right. And the tradition of these people, they just follow the tradition of man, and that man is Esau, Edom. All right. That's all they ever did. They don't care what day it is. They're going to be feasting. Turkey sells. Turkey's a good fucking eating. I ain't gonna lie. That's some good fucking eating. All right. So he put it, a lot of people eat hog, pig and all this other nonsense. It's nasty, but turkey's the main dish. Turkey cranberry sauce and all this other shit. So it's real, what's the word I'm looking for? Enticing for the average person. But if you just come into this truth, you don't beat yourself if it's a goddamn meal. All right. No matter what they do, they just doing it because they're idiots. But like I stated, this year the Lord did something different. Let me go back to this real quick. Verse 7. But the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished, meaning different. And he altered seasons and feasts. You notice that that's funny because every single Friday they try to tell you that's the Sabbath, Friday night to Saturday night, but even the so-called holidays always changes. All right, it always changes, and no matter what day of the year, things the slaughter, the culmination of the slaughter of the Native Americans, which is this day, is always going to be on Thursday and on Friday. All right, so that's another thing for you. It says some of them have he made high days, which today's this from the 17th on to the 25th has been a high day. That day is the feast of Hanukkah. All right, when we defeated the Greeks to celebrate. So we have plenty of righteous days, but mainly here in GMS, we really a solitary group, so to speak. This is just the way the Spirit have it. Especially in New York, we don't. I mean, we would love to, but we're not in that celebration mode. We do things for one another all year round. We acknowledge the days, and we keep it moving. But this time around, the Lord made it in a way where if you've been invited to something, you could go get your grub on for free, And it says, and hallow them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. So Esau made days ordinary, all right? And around all these times, this is when massive death, a lot of rituals that take place. And this is why we get agitated with everybody. Everybody walks around and just want to say happy this, happy that. When you first come into the truth, the first thing you do, you like, yeah, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But as you get older in the truth, you just say, you say it back to them. It don't mean nothing. All right. It don't mean shit because they don't even know what the real definition of these days that they celebrate and what it really means. All right. Why you black or Latino Native American, you celebrating days that this a mockery against you. All right. Which is another wicked vibration that's being pushed out there. It says, and all men from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. That goes into something else. Real quick, 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So this thing of ours is not carnal. Hey, just like that clown, he's a clown. He only get recognition because he goes after the rappers Charleston White, and he's talking about a Hebrew. I haven't seen a Hebrew did this and that, this, that, the third, and he wants to see Hebrews smack a white woman. He wants to see a Hebrew tear up the neighborhood. But this is the same nigga talk shit about rappers and all this other shit. How they hip hop is destroying the black community and all this. So these guys, they walk in a carnal mind, man. All right, they walk in carnal mind. They see things have to be seen. This right now, is that holiday. People going to their families that they can't stand one another. You know what I'm saying? But they just want to come together, talk shit. You're going to be disrespected by some family member you haven't seen in a while. Because, oh, I remember you was this, that, to the third. Like, nah, nigga, I'm grown. I'm a grown fucking man. You know? You can't talk to me any type of way. But they still see you as that little guy. And now because they have like a big ass family, or, you know, it's just that time and season. People look at things in a carnal mind. People see if somebody's in shape, how you dress, if you got like, if you got a stain on you, what you got on. It's all carnal. Things just are just carnal. This society is just built on carnality, if that's a word. But just things in the flesh. But though we walk in the flesh, we not in the flesh, we in the spirit. So we got to see things in the spiritual light. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What is the weapons of our warfare? The scriptures. All right. We know what's going on. We know that the environment, knowledge is power, right? You know that there's a wicked vibration that's being pushed out there. Okay, people watching their football games, they just pretending like things are just gonna get better, but gotten worse year after year after year. And these are the worst type of things that could ever happen for the people of the world, because they assuming things are gonna get better, but the Lord is slowly dropping everything in front of them. So they have plans and such and such, but it always fails. See, for us, this is the best. It's like a cushion to the crash, because it's going to crash. All right, everything's about to be destroyed, and our job, what we've been doing for the past X amount of years, has been working. All right, you could feel the vibration is changing. So everything that we've been doing, it was not in vain. It said, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, pulling down of strongholds. And that's why they constantly trying to force certain hellacious times on the people to rock their ass right back to sleep. But our job is to be always on the job, always watching, because we watchmen. Okay, we know what's going on. The world may not know it. This come to find out, that shooting in that gay club, I forgot what club it was. Who cares? But that was just for them to have sympathy for those people, the Transformers. All right, the Transformers and that group of people, because evidence was coming out that these people are preying on children. Okay, so there was another distraction after distraction, and it's all these people fall for the distraction. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we've been tearing down the strongholds, and one of the main strongholds is that picture of the Lord. All right, that's not even close how the Lord looked, and we've been tearing that thing down for a long time through the Spirit of the Lord, man. Of the Spirit of the true Lord. All right, it says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself. So right now, we're in that time period where things are exalted. Right now, the people have the vibration is to spend what you don't have to make a little snot-nosed kid happy, which is not going to reward you with anything, because the way these children are, they're nothing but monsters. Or give it to some ungrateful person, something, and you just wasted your time just because you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Say, at least I did something good for this person, but you just wasted that time. And all this was, and what people fail to understand, all these things, you have inflation that's at an all-time high. All right, food prices at an all-time high. Gas is decent, but it's still high. All right, people getting laid off right and left. Okay, right after this Thanksgiving fiesta, people about to lose a lot of jobs. All right, Amazon just fired 10,000 people, and a lot of other jobs is firing people. Okay, so everything that exalted itself to keep you occupied, keep you distracted, is coming down. And reality starting to sink in. says against the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, so what it says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahushua. So now everything is coming down. The world's crumbling right before these people's eyes. All right, one event after another event, these people's lives are being ruined, and there's nothing they can say or do about it because everything's in motion. It says Zephaniah 1:12. No. Zephaniah 1:10. It said, it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there should be a noise of the cry from the fish gate. Now, a place that's full of merchant, and they're relying their source on fish. If the fish gates close, if there's a cry because the fish gates close and the fish can't come in, the people of that town or that place loses because the main source of what they needed is blocked off, and that's what's happening. All right, and they're telling you the alternative motion of everything, but the alternative routes are all poison. All right, all poison. They want to put plastic food. They want to feed people bugs, feed people cells of celebrities making air meat and all this other shit. And what you and your family are normally are used to eating, they're taking that away from you. So a great morning is coming. All right, it said from the fish gate, and a howling for the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Howl for ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off, because they rolling out the CBDC, I believe it's called. All right, they're already rolling that out. By the end of this month, going to next month, get real familiar not having cash, places not taking cash. All right, cash is becoming obsolete. So as you distracted, feeding yourselves, stuffing yourself, this might be the last time you could ever stuff yourself. All right, that you could make money on your own, that you could do anything, because this man has got everybody in a trick bag. Everybody is caught up in the snares of this devil. All right, a great crashing is coming. They said that Elon Musk lost $100 billion. All right, how long was the extent? Who knows? But the couple of people that's keeping the stock market afloat is losing. What do you think is going to happen? This Christmas might be a dark Christmas. This winter might be the darkest winter in American history. All right, and it's not coming in as an easy letdown. All right, things are changing dramatically, but this is all because of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ecclesiastes 12. That's what I want. It says, "Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, and what a time to be young." All right, when you have a lot of energy towards things that is unnecessary, and it's simply targeting children. All right, and have you believe that partying and bullshit is life. The best time to do anything is in your youth, right? To serve the Lord is the best time to do it is in your youth, when you have all the energy in the world. The world around us is crumbling. All right, it's crumbling fast. It says, while the evil days come not. Evil days meaning bad days. And the bad days has not fully gotten here yet. It's crazy because 2020, that was some crazy times. You're talking about places that was deserted. You couldn't even come outside. All right, you had to get permission from the government to go to somebody else's house for something that's less than the common flu. All right, they changed the whole world, the narrative of the world. And while they put everything back to some sort of normalcy, they even made things even far worse than the average person. Majority of people right now have eaten up their savings. So by them eating up their savings and spending and thinking things are normal, what do you think is gonna happen? You lose all your money, and for what? Nothing. All right. There's a, um a Black Friday sale. Let's see what happens. Let's see how many people. Let's see people go and buy some TVs and all this other bullshit. All right. The well is drying up, man. It's drying up fast. It says, "No, the year is drawing nigh, when when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves." I mean, we had a glimpse of this that took place in 2020, and that was part of the Great Reset. That's why you got Cotton Swab, call Swab, or Dr. No from James Bond, so that we have the opportunity, a golden opportunity of resetting. Just recently. And what are they planning to do? Reset the whole goddamn financial system. All right. So what happened in 2020 is going to be in a grander scale in the Great Depression. And the Great Depression, that was not just an American thing. That was a worldwide thing. Was conducted and directed by these small hatters. All right. The world was left with no other choice but to go to war. So these devils had everything mapped out. It says, "And the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease, because they are few." And they just talk about firing 10,000 people, workers in Amazon and all these other major corporations. But they're not telling the average person that. Okay? They're keeping the person distracted. And what a day to be distracted. All right? Let the kids run around while they get a break from the indoctrination, so they get to talk to one another and pretend like nothing's going on. All right? Because their parents obviously do not give a damn about them. You just want to get them out the house and so forth. And then they go back on Monday to get right back to being indoctrinated, learning nothing that's just gonna help them in their life. This is a miserable life, man. All right. It says, "And those that look out the windows be darkened." And the future is bleak. There's no future. All right. Hey, Whitney Houston, that was a famous song when I was a kid. I believe the children are the future. Right? And they had to sing that shit for graduation. When he's gonna go from elementary school to go to junior high and all this crap. Because that notion was the children are the future. Yep, the children today, there is no future. All right? There's absolutely no future for these kids. Because these kids are fully in demon mode, right? They're in demon mode. And in fact, I'm just flowing with the spirit. I was trying to think of a name, but it happens like that. 2nd Ezra 6. Is it 6? Matter of fact, I don't think it's 2nd Ezra 6th chapter. But let me see. He does this. Monsters. It was the 5th chapter. 2nd Ezra 5, and let's start at 6. "And even he shall rule whom they look not, for that dwell upon the earth. And the fowls shall take their flight away together, and the sodomizers sea shall cast out fish." Now, Sodom and Gomorrah was known for the most heinous acts against man, so to speak. In other words, man with man, woman with woman. And that was just a small area, all right, compared to what's going on today. A small isolated area that has become on steroids over maybe, damn, I don't even, how many thousands of years is that? Okay, from the time of Abraham. And look what happened. So now you even have sodomized fish because Esau has polluted the water, and even the fish, the frogs, and so forth, they changing their biological selves, man. All right, because of the chemicals. So that shit's gonna be cast out. It says, "Make noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof, and there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be offset again, and the wild beasts shall change their places." Not because of climate change, because all the fucking evil vibration, and mainly heart and so forth, and this devil really messing with everything. Beasts that is not normally known to go to certain places are coming to other places. All right, it says, and menstrual women shall bring forth monsters, and that's what we have. We have a generation of just monsters. All right, entitled monsters. Okay, and they are coming out the womb. A lot of them coming with the head straight and so forth, and these are old souls that's coming, and these old souls either to be saved or to be destroyed. All right, and they mother, because a majority of these kids today raised by their mother are monsters, man. All right, disrespectful to their elders. Okay, and their life expectancy is not long. Job 14:5 says, Job 14, is it 14? 14:1, it says, "Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble." We all came from out of our mother. All right, so it's not in general. A lot of us was raised by our mothers, and our mothers in a emotional state did not guide us properly, because she can't raise a man or even a daughter. All right, but a man's life is cut down short because he's dealing with emotions. He don't see things in a logical form because he was raised by an emotional parent. All right, and the society that promotes division, the destruction of what they call the nuclear family, these children are set up to fail. All right, and it says, "And salt waters shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself unto its secret chamber." Now, the whole thing with Nate and the vibration of Israel, which is beautiful, but that shit is attracting bad apples. All right, some bad spirits. Okay, and I mean that people that's of Israel. So it's gonna this knowledge that's being pushed, these videos that brothers are putting out, is gonna be soon taken away. All right, which is gonna lead to what? The famine of the word. Let me read that again. It says, "Salt shall be found in sweet, and all friends," which that's talking about from bitter to sweet. All right, things are switching. Good is evil, evil is good, so to speak. "All friends shall destroy one another," because what? The lack of what the scripture says. It says, for iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold. Now, I started out with this whole Thanksgiving thing and how people fake themselves when they come around family members, and that's just to cover up and protect people's feelings. But what's gonna happen when there is no food, there's no the family structure that which was always weak, when people gotta realize, oh, I gotta take care of my own. then all bets are thrown out. Okay, it's about to get ugly out here. Lack of jobs, lack of um, um, when you can't, if you have dollar bills, you can't be able to. That's gonna hurt a lot of. That's gonna hurt everybody. All right. So it's gonna get bad out here. It says, "Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself unto its secret chamber," which is what is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. This is the time where people is gonna really seek answers. Right now, people they still could celebrate and do the things that they normally do. So the supply and demand of real knowledge is not really highly out there. All right. It says, and shall be sought of many and yet not found. Then shall unrighteousness and kindness be multiplied upon the earth, which we are in that time. We in that time. All right. Wickedness is at an all-time high. All right. It says, one land also shall ask another, say, is it righteousness that maketh man up a man righteous, gone through thee? And it shall say, no. At the same time, man shall hope, but not obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. To show thee such tokens, I have leave, and if thou wilt pray again, weep as now, and fast even days, and thou shalt hear yet greater things, because a great evil is upon us. All right, let me go to the next chapter and I'll end it off. Second Ezra 6, I believe it's 24. 23, 24. 22, Shalakia. Matter of fact, it's talking about the same thing. Oh man. I started at 17. And it happened that when I heard it, I stood up on my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and I will begin to make my inquisition of them. So this is the time of judgment. All right, this is we live in some major times. Look up the word inquisition. Let me just type it in. Inquisition. Inquisition. A period of prolonged, intensified questioning or investigation. So we in the time of a period of prolonged, intensified questioning. What is that question? Who are you with? Are you going to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua? Are you going to serve Satan? All right, because it's coming down the pipe. It's coming down to the wire. The scripture says you can't serve two masters. I think it was there for no reason. So the Lord is inquiring of people. This is why we constantly being tested every day. All right. And the scripture says, let me get that real quick. I believe it's in Psalms or Proverbs. This is Psalms. Can't remember. Okay. Nope, it ain't coming out like that. I thought it would. Let's just put every day. The Lord judges the righteous. Obviously, that's not it. Let's see. Bang, bang, bang. It should be 7 and 11. Hold on. Let me try Psalm 7 and 11. Or 11 in Salakia. Yep. Spirit. It says, so I put anger Salakia. Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judges the righteous. So, although we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites, and we try to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, every day we being judged. Every single day, every moment of our lives. By the decisions that we make. Alright? And if you make a good decision, the Lord is going to guide you to something else. If you make a bad decision, and is a required lesson to be learned, we don't take L's, we take lessons, then the Lord is going to constantly keep you in a certain type of base. But He judges the righteous. And Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So we living in a time where the Lord is giving His inquisition. He's questioning men and women's faith. Alright? So I would begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with the unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, which we in that period of time, this is the great awakening that's being fulfilled. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away, and it's the financial system is about to take a hiatus. The way we normally, our normal base system to get up, get 9 to 5, go to work, you make your money, you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, and you get to drink, and all that is about to change. Alright? And the way they want to do it is they know exactly how much money you make and how much money they will give you in your thing. And if you're spending it right, if you're not spending it right, they want to shut you off. That's why they're showing the world by shutting down these celebrities. Okay? And it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away, which is that world, is Esau's kingdom, shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. And we seeing these tokens right now. Alright? The truth is springing out. Alright? The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together, which is what? This truth. Okay? Ultimately, this world is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. But before all that, it says, and the children of 1 year shall speak with their voices. And we've seen that miraculous, when these children for the past couple of years before this whole thing that went down, there was a lot of children that was standing up on their own quickly. They could. Everybody's looking at these kids like, oh wow, this child is like he was here before. And these are his old spirits. Now a lot of people that took that, you know what? The children coming out deformed. All right. It says, and women with children shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old. And that's what's another thing's happening. Well, everybody was believing Dr. Fauci. A lot of these kids is coming out. They're coming out deformed. All right. A lot of stillbirths and so forth after a particular thing that's taking place on earth and has these people really fooled. All right. It says, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. And these are the storehouses. All right. And what people have failed to understand, that all the good stuff that you ate today, and maybe by the end of this year, you've been eating the reserves. The elites already took all the good stuff. All right. They stored everything. That's why the WHO many years ago said that there's a famine of biblical proportion that's going to take place. The war in Ukraine is not by accident. That has all the grains in the world. Okay. So slowly but for surely, everything that you once believed is safe, that you just could go down the block and get whatever you want. Here in New York City, we literally can go to the store, every corner store. All that is it's gonna be taken away. Prices is gonna super high for shit that is not even worth it, and the shit that they given was all poison anyway. All right, so the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, he shall be suddenly afraid. And it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And all these years, tension has been building. All right, people do certain things just for to be social. But what's really happening now, a lot of tension is being built up because people don't live by truth. They want to keep that lie going. And if you are a person of truth, there's a conflict right there. There's a great thing that's going on right before our eyes. That's why it's so spiritual that the Lord has his holidays, which is his holy days, simultaneous with these people days. And the conflict is there. Tension is there. All right. And it says, and the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein, the springs of the foundation shall stand still, and 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape. And all these things is going to happen in the near future. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, second Ezra, the 16th chapter. All right. Isaiah, the 19th chapter. There's a lot of things. Matthew, the 24th chapter. Matthew's the 9th, second Ezra's the 9th chapter. All these things are going to take place, and those who survive is going to be what? The elect. All right, the elect. It says, "See my salvation and the end of your world, and men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth," which is what? The elect. That's why the Lord said, "Some of you that stand here shall not taste death." And so he says, "See the Son of Man." So some brothers gonna die, some brothers are not gonna die. Okay, to see the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and the heart of the inhabitations shall be changed and turned onto another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, because we living in an all-time high. All right, for faith. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. And right now it's being declared. And this is why everybody's technically saying fuck this day. All right, the truth is out there. Okay, we're not gonna allow the so-called white man to dictate to us when to celebrate something that is totally against our people. All right, you may fool many, but you're not fooling the elect. So with that said, I hope your brothers edify. I was just going with the spirit. So shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.